Whew, y'all, I am a little bit emotional, but I decided to hit the go live button and do it anyways because that's what I'm all about. I just came back from the Epic Summit Online.com, so if you have not been in April Frank's thing, her entire virtual summit, then make sure you go on there. I just was on the panel, and right after the panel, after I talked about, just certain things in my journey and other people in the panel did as well, we had an amazing session by Audra Upchurch. So if anyone knows Audra Upchurch, make sure you tag her. She's absolutely amazing. And she shared something that opened up something for me right now that I believe that I had to fulfill and submit to right now, today, not any other day. And so if you don't know who I am, my name is Fareedah Shahid. I teach non-tech savvy online small business owners on how to protect your money and your business, your kids, from hackers, cyber criminals online. And so this whole live is about how me living in Saudi Arabia birthed my online security movement. And this is inspired because Audra said something that opened up something to me. And she was talking about how sharing your story was such an important part of who you are and what you do and how you serve other people. And I remembered a reflection that I did I think it was like a week ago, and it was called a Ramadan reflection, and it was just about me just opening up and being more authentic to myself. I mean, I already am. People are like, well, Fareedah, you're already authentic to yourself. And I am. I'm authentic to me. I'm authentic to how I show up. I'm authentic to my personality, but sometimes I'm not authentic to my story, and I have not shared my story. Hey, Shantae, how are you? I have not shared my entire story yet. So this live, right, is my story, and I'm going to tell you why I birthed the online security movement, but really back into the past and me growing up in Saudi Arabia and what happened to me there. Not like something crazy like I got kidnapped by a Saudi prince or something. It's not going to be like that. I mean, I met princes and princesses because, they're around us. I went to school with a royal family. That was something that was very normal. But, I didn't have some crazy story like that. But for me, if you're walking in, if you're dropping in, say, hey, if you know me already, go hi, Fareedah, and hashtag replay if it's the replay. So I moved to Saudi Arabia when I was about 8 years old. I lived there for quite a while, for 8-9 years. And during my time there, when I first arrived down in there, it was really hot, the middle of the summer, but it's really, really cool. Hey, Kendra, it's really, really cool in the nighttime. So I arrived at night. And my first thing that I did was I went to the English section of the school. So there's an international school, and then there's the Arabic school, the regular school. So I landed in the English section. Nothing really happened. I met some awesome people, but my parents decided to move me to the Arabic section. Hi, Dan. Move me to the Arabic section of the school so that I can learn the language, be fluent in Arabic, and be just basically understand a different culture, different language. If you've been outside the country, let me know. Where, that's something that's extremely important, not just to go travel, but also kind of be ingrained in their customs, their language, their culture, their food, the music, the dance, everything. And so that's definitely exactly what I got. When I got there, I did not know anything about Arabic except some small little words or phrases, but I could not hold a sentence. I could not hold a conversation. I could not really hold basically anything, right? And when I arrived there, I would say I wasn't really bullied. I didn't have so much a bullying experience. There were bullies, but the bullying in that school compared to what I've seen in people who've been in high school in the US is kind of a little bit different, but I'm not really sure. But I definitely was picked on for not knowing Arabic and not knowing it correctly and fluently and etc. I had to learn extremely quickly, right? I had to learn Arabic in 2 weeks. Okay, I became fluent in 2 weeks, maximum 3, but all I remember is 2 weeks. I kept that in my head where I needed to know in 2 weeks because I needed to hold a conversation. Keep in mind, everything was in this language, okay? So the tests were in the language, the teachers were in this language, everything, the signs hey, Fantasia, how are you? So everything was in Arabic. And so I had to learn Arabic like this, okay? And so being there, it was interesting because I was picked on for my skin. So a lot of people, I know a lot of African American women, Black American women who lived in the U.S., a lot of people would touch your hair. How it's please don't touch my hair without my permission. When I first came here and someone was someone said, hey, I hate when somebody touches my hair, or excuse me, when someone asks to touch my hair, hey, can I touch your hair? The texture is, I know I wear a scarf, but I'm Black and I have kinky hair. I think it's 4B or something, 4C, who knows, I don't know, I have to check. But anyways, just because I wear a scarf doesn't mean my hair ain't here. So so it was an all women's school, so I wasn't wearing my scarf, so they saw my hair. And then what they used to do, hey B, what they used to do to me is that they would never ask to touch my hair. They would just pull on my hair. They would like look at my skin and be like, oh my God, you got brown skin, all of that. And so I was not used to that. So when I came to the US, when all the black women are like, you know, when someone asks to touch my hair, I'm upset. I was like, oh, they ask? They asked to touch your hair? Well, how nice. Because no one ever asked me. They would just pull on my hair. And so that was my experience. They would pull on my hair. They would pull on my clothes. They would look at my skin and be like, oh my God. And so a lot of them felt like, most of it felt like, oh, you're absolutely ugly because you are dark skinned, because you know, whatever. My mother was light skinned. So anytime she came to pick me up, it was like, that's not your mother. You just want her to be your mother because she's light skinned and you're dark skinned, and you know that dark skin is not beautiful, so therefore that's what you want. And so every single thing that I did was either too much or too little, right? So either my technical aspect was too technical, or my non-technical aspect was not technical enough. Hey Maya, hey Krisha, how are you? And so every single thing I did, it was just picked on, every little tiny thing. I mean, there was the first 2 weeks before I fluently learned Arabic, one of my teachers made me stand up in the class because I couldn't read a sentence in Arabic when I had just been there for like less than 3 months, okay? So it was absolutely crazy. And why am I telling? This is leading up to why I started the online security movement and why I'm so passionate. And I'm a Cancer, okay? And apparently we're crybabies. So if I cry, write that off on the Cancer box, okay? Just write it off. Like, okay, she just emotional. Like, I cry on like the British baking show, right? Who watches the Great British Baking Show? I cry on that. I cry on competition, and I cry because I'm so passionate about other people reaching their goals. So when I see someone win a competition or win something, I'm like in a ball of tears, right? And that comes from just, I don't know, I have no idea where that comes from. But anyways, back to the story, okay? Back to the story. It was a really interesting time for me because everything that I did was critiqued. And it just felt like you could not be your best self. And because I was really excelled in my class, I had a lot of parents wanting their kids to be like me, right? So and I have that till today, where they're like, oh, I want you to be just like Fareedah. I want you to be like that. So that developed my perfectionism because I felt like I always had to be a certain way in order to be accepted, in order to be the best that I can be, because I already was not beautiful. I don't believe that anymore, by the way. But I already was not beautiful. I was already black. I was already a minority. I was the only African American girl in the entire school. I had to learn extremely quickly. The bullying in that society, in my area, wasn't about like who had the nicest clothes, because we all had the same uniform. It was private school. It was really about your royalty, how much money your parents made, and your tribe, right? Because that's how they did it, at least in my school. I'm not going to talk about all of Saudi Arabia, but just for me. And so that experience developed something in me where I always felt like something was just not good enough, that I didn't know something, I was not privy to something, so it wasn't good enough. So when I came to the United States, when I came back here for college, and after I did college, I did not finish college because college was like too much theory to me. I was a person that's practical. I need the stuff right now. I need the steps. This is theory. So I got into corporate really quickly, and I was in the security awareness and threat intelligence field inside of that team. And if anybody works in tech, you're going to know what I'm about to say. Because all of the tech people, they had the same, I had a flashback to Saudi Arabia where everything was nitpicky. If you weren't technical enough, they would just tear you apart. If you were too technical, they would like you, but they held you to such a high standard that no matter what you did, it just felt like everything was being picked apart. So you was never, ever really good enough, especially as a black woman in tech, right? And so I felt the same way when I was there. But it was really towards the end users. It was towards people who did not know tech. It was towards people who didn't know their language. So instead of me talking about Arabic as a language, now we're talking about technicality as a language. And so in corporate, I saw them talking about end users, right? As the people in Saudi Arabia would do to me. And that made me emotional. And I hated that. And I would stand up for it. So we would be in meetings and they would say, hey, we're going to have a training for end users to learn about, when I say end users, I mean just regular people who are using a software, using an application, you using the phone. I'm an end user of Apple because I'm using Apple, right? Regular consumers, clients, people in corporate or other outside people, they don't know security. So the biggest thing was, people are dumb, people are idiots, people are stupid, people don't know, people are non-technical. We told them 10,000 times, they still don't understand, and how dare they not know this and this. We spent years talking about this, and they got their account hacked. They deserve to be hacked. These are things that I heard, right? I don't know if anyone else have heard this, but you deserve to be hacked because you don't know how to protect yourself. You deserve that someone is spying on your kids because you don't know how to protect your kids. You deserve that your business is doing X, Y, and Z because you don't know how to protect it. I'm not saying this is what I'm saying, but this is what was said in corporate. This is what's said in security circles, security professionals. If you're in the tech field, you can understand what I'm saying. They'll open up the phone like, okay, we got another idiot on the line. What you want? That it was basically, maybe not that accent, right? Not that dialect, but that is basically how they were treating end users and other people who didn't know security. And all of the things that they said gave me a flashback to my time in Saudi Arabia. It gave me a flashback of, oh, you're an idiot, you're dumb because you don't know Arabic in one way. I mean, eventually I learned Arabic so fluently that they would not even believe that I was American, right? I was an Arab. I have to accept there's a part of me that's also Arab because such a big part of my childhood was there. But I mean, it just gave me flashbacks. You're not smart enough. You're dumb. You're idiot. You're stupid. How many times do I have to tell you this? You should know this. You deserve this to be happen because you're X, Y, and Z. And so that made me extremely emotional. And I did not believe that someone who had their account hacked, or someone who doesn't know how to protect their business, or someone who doesn't know how to have a tech conversation with their kid is an idiot. That was something that was a hard no for me. Absolutely not. So one of my first few articles in the security field, which got me to my keynote speech that I did, was really just about how the end users, people who are non-technical, are the people who are going to secure security. These are the people who are in the front line. These are the people that matter. And so we need to talk to them in a way like that complements their intelligence. Because guess what? Their intelligence, their mothers, their doctors, their teachers, their lawyers, their coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, business owners, just absolutely fly individuals. And just because you don't know security, just because they don't know security, does not mean that you're dumb, does not mean that you're stupid. Just because you're non-tech savvy does not mean that you don't know something. It just means that that's not your expertise. That's just not your thing. And that is something I believe so wholeheartedly. And that is why I built the online security movement. This is why I continuously say that I practice empathetic security, meaning I get that you don't know. Honestly, I don't care that you don't know, and I don't care if you're non-tech savvy, because all we want is for you to make sure that you and your family and your business is secure online. I don't believe that you deserve to be hacked if you got hacked. I don't believe that you're dumb because you don't know security. I believe that you're intelligent in your own right, and you just don't know security. Like, shoot, I don't know anything about legal. I don't know anything about being a mother. I don't know anything about, being a 7-figure business owner. I don't know about that, but it doesn't mean I'm dumb. It just means that that's not my path, or I'm not there yet, right? I'm not there yet. And so that was my biggest thing when building online security movement. Everything that I do, hey Morgan, every single thing that I do, the underline is that every single person is human. Everyone has mistakes. Hey Renee, everyone has mistakes. Everyone has something that they're struggling with, something that they're strong with. Nobody is just dumb and not dumb. And of course, dumb is non-tech savvy, and being smart is being tech savvy. That is not how I operate the world. Everything is nuance. So that's basically the backstory. I got through without crying because I didn't go into too many details. Oh yes. But that's the backstory about why I am so passionate about the online security movement. If you're in my group, if you have not joined my group, make sure you join it. I have a challenge going on, $50 and $25, and a very, very special gift to anybody who invites somebody to the group. I'm extremely excited about building this movement. Hey Anita, I'm extremely excited about building this movement. I'm probably gonna have to save this videos to explain to someone why I'm so damn passionate, okay, excuse me, right, about this movement, because I believe that you do not deserve to be hacked. I believe that you deserve to know how to protect your kids, your business, your money from hackers. You don't deserve to have someone say that, oh, because you don't know X, Y, and Z, this should have happened to you because you don't know. So everything is built on empathetic security. If you're inside my group, Online Security Movement, you'll know that everything I post is around support, is around understanding, is around giving value, is around gifting something, because I know that every single person has their own intelligence, and my own intelligence happens to be cybersecurity. It just happens to be cybersecurity. It could have been something else, but it happens to be this. So I just want to give a thank you to every single person that has been following me for the past 2 years. I'm going to be like emotional. But you have no idea how much this movement means to me, how much your support means to me. So I want to give you a very, very sincere thank you. And if you're in my group, another thank you for actually clicking that join button and engaging and realizing that you can protect your family online, that no one's dumb, no one's stupid, no one's an idiot for not knowing. I appreciate you. Make sure that you join the group. I'm just like, I'm in a state of just overflow right now. I do have a masterclass coming up next week to teach you how to secure your Zoom. So many people are confused about securing their Zoom and online accounts, and I want to like knock it out once and for all. So if that's something you're interested in, share this video with other people, and then share the thing. I'm gonna post, I don't think I'll post the link here. I don't know. It's about my story. But this is just letting you know this is happening. But if you want that link, you can inbox me, or you can put down, you can just write Zoom down below if you want to learn how to secure your Zoom and online accounts. It's something that people have been asking and talking about for a very long time. So many people are confused. So much information is out there, and I want to just take it out once and for all. But anyways, thank you all for joining this. If you have any security questions, then join my group and then I can answer it inside the group. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all more than you know. And lastly, my name is Fareedah Shahid. I teach non-tech savvy online small business owners with empathetic security on how to protect your business, your kids, your money from hackers and cyber criminals online. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing day, and I cannot wait to serve you and give you more value. Till next time. Bye.